Recent polls show there are a good number of voters who don't want to cast a ballot for either major party presidential candidate. In Texas, voters can choose a write-in candidate, but not just anyone if you want your vote to count. KXAN's Anna Wernicke explains the rules.
If you're not with her or with him.
As you can see, there's write-in.
There are other options. This year, there are 13 certified write-in candidates for president, all pre-approved by the Texas Secretary of State.
You want to get as close as reasonably possible.
Michael Wynn is the director of elections for Travis County. He says, don't worry about spelling. A list will be provided.
That does not make a difference.
But he does suggest sticking to that list.
They can put in Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck, but those are not certified write-ins and they will not be counted.
And of the 13 eligible candidates, 4 have Texas ties.
As an American, I love this country, and I want to see it be all that it can be.
Most of them are running as an independent, like Tony Valdivia.
If you had asked me at the beginning of the year, would I run for president, I would have told you, no.
And looking to be that middle ground person they say America needs the most.
Wow, I hadn't thought about the fact there is another option, and it just struck.
Scott Kubler runs his campaign as the other option.
What are you going to do about this election?
He says if he plays his cards right, he has a good shot at the White House this November.
If I can win a couple of states and neither of the other two candidates get to 270, the 12th Amendment kicks in, and the whole election then winds up in Congress.
The odds would be so remote that a write-in candidate could receive enough support in, let alone any one state, in enough states.
Steve Ledek with the University of Texas Law School says it's a long shot for these 13 candidates. But in an election already full of surprises, he says anything can happen on November 8th. Anna Wernicke, KXAN News.
Anything can happen. One of the approved write-in candidates for Texas, Evan McMullin, may be a real contender in Utah. A recent poll shows him 1 point ahead of Hillary Clinton and 1 point behind Donald Trump in Utah. McMullin is an independent Mormon candidate who serves as the chief policy director for the House GOP.
As Election Day nears, head to KXAN.com for your in-depth election coverage. Right now, you will find an interactive map on the road to 270. That's how many electoral votes a candidate must get to win the White House. See how the presidential candidates are faring, or even draw your own map of result predictions.